Okay, we're back. It's been a while. I think it's been a week almost. We had a little cold spell and all, but that's all right. I've been taking care of my little grands and, picking her up from daycare. And so what I want to do today, I want to really, I want to take I don't know, it's about 10 minutes of your time because like I said, the stock market it went over 50,000 for the first time ever. And then it retreated back, and it's almost being like it's schizophrenic because they don't know what the current occupant gonna do in that office. It just based on fear. But I got one stock I want to really home in on because I went out and I bought about 5,000 shares. I had it on there before, but I just, it went down to like 27 cents, and that's the lowest it ever been, down 27 cents. But it can go as high as $9, or $5 to $7, $9, and I think it's getting ready to do that because it's not only medical stock, it's a wellness stock, and it's AI. Everything is about AI today. So let me share our screen because we don't have that much time, and I don't want to keep you today. But I'm gonna share my screen with my tool, Simply Wall Street, and I want us to look at this. He said the revenue is expected to grow. The revenue grew at 495% over the past year. The revenue grew. And it said it's volatile. The risk is that it's volatile. And I want to make sure I want it to be volatile on me, this with my 5,000 shares. Because it's definitely dude, let's look at the valuation of this thing. Um, that's company overview, but you don't go, it's got these price to sell to peers and price to sell to versus industry. It's below the cash flow. It's one of those stocks. And but you can see right here is right in the middle of the food chain. You got these up here with the same type. And then future growth, is not it's saying future criteria, it's don't meet that criteria. But I like it for a short term thing. It's not gonna be a long term. I'm gonna watch it because it's got quite a bit of money on this one. The wellness, when we talk about financial health, is about it's so. Well, let's look at this one over there. It's only got what it says, equity is 6.8 million, total debt is about 24 million. Let's look at this one real quick. Short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities. See, assets is liabilities. That's why it's red. Look at that debt. And the net equity is 300% is considered high and insufficient data to deal with that piece. So I'm gonna look at, we're gonna look at that and say, but the stable cash runaway has significant cash runaway for 6 months. And I'm not gonna hold on to that long, but I want to hold on to it. I think one of those shorts gonna get a hold of this particular one. And let's look at the other things like dividend. They don't give dividends. And let's look at I'm always interested in management and who's holding the stock. So when we look at management, it's got a half and half. So this guy right here, Patel, he's chief operating officer. He makes about 400K, which is to me is reasonable. But let's see what the two has to say. Compensation versus market, compensation versus earning. He's doing good. Only less than $400,000 a year. So he's keeping it so that he makes money when the stock makes money, when his products make money. And I like that in a CEO. And you can basically, if you want to know who he is, you can read it. This guy got a long portfolio of what he did. So I want you to read it when you get a chance, but I'm not going to read it here because I want to go back to the stock market. And this is the CEO, the chief financial officer, and this is Eric, who's the interim CFO. Okay, so this one must be leaving. Clinton. No, this is chief clinical officer, and this is the chief financial officer. So we got some things there. And they don't have that much experience. They're only 48 years old, young buck. Board is similar too. They just don't have the experience. So let's look at the insider buying, insignificant. Let's look who owns the stock. Individual insiders own most of the stock. So what's going on? Individual insiders, and then the general public, and then there's private and institutions. So I like that. I like that spread. But insiders is doing something. They gonna pump this thing up, and it tells you who's these top shareholders are. It goes Norton Associates and all these others. So and it tells you who's. Let's see if my Vanguard is here. And let's say Black or Vanguard owns about 80, 100, and they went in and bought 50, which is 15. The change is 15%. They went up a little bit because they must like this stock. I do too because it's one of those medical stocks that and they got international stuff. BlackRock is not on this thing, but I still see Vanguard on this thing. I usually like both of them at the same time, but I'm gonna settle for just but these are top. Vanguard might, I mean, BlackRock might be on this thing, but he's not. I'm not seeing it. And this is the information it tells you founded in 22, and then it's got 31 employees and it's located in Florida. So I like this particular stock. So I'm going to reshare my screen. Okay, and I'm gonna see what the stock is doing. I cut out a lot of things. I'm getting down to the bare bones because I don't want to put that much money in the stock market right now because it's volatile. So I took some out and did some things I normally wouldn't do. But what I'm really looking at right now is Nvidia. NVIDIA is almost schizophrenic too. NVIDIA go all the way up to 190 and then they'll go back down to 170 and then 180. But this NVIDIA, you can see today, they not a winner at all. So while Palantir seem to be back on track, but they went all the way down. Palantir is supposed to be like 190. I wait till today drop it. I went all the way down. That's why I got 8,000 sitting on the side. I only got $22,000 in the market. But Palantir went all the way down to 127. And I said, that's low. That's low. So see, I picked it back up. So I'm making a little bit of money. But what I'm really looking at is that HCTI, they did a reverse split and they started out at $9. They did like a 1 in 60 split. And HCTI, and that's you got to keep your eye on this one right here too. That's a healthcare one too. It's international. And then you remember I only paid, they were like 20 some cents, or 15 cents is one when they reverse split, or 14 cents. So I only paid 200 something for it. So I'm going to leave my seed in the ground because I think they can go all the way up to $200 a share. So I got 33 of them. And man, I don't want to buy too many right now until they get back on track, until they get to $9. When they get to $9 again, I might go in and get up to 100. And then that way I sit with them. But right now I got 33 at 50. I bought them at 15 cents. And then, but they, when they did the first split, because I had so many of them, I had about 2,000 of them. I should have had about 5,000. So I had 100 when they came back online. But they're trying to do this. They're trying to get back up to $9 a share. Once they get up to $9 a share, I want to see them. I want to see them zoom up because this is a good one. And then you got Jeepers, I got 19 cents. I got that 1,000. See, I got these things on here. And then Netflix, I can't see them staying at 75. So I got 10. I'm not gonna put any more money on them until they start moving. I should have bought more than 10, but I didn't. But I just don't trust them right now because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And then you got Nvidia, right now they're having trouble today. I think hopefully they'll read back up to 183, 185. We even go up to 90. But I got them at 175. I'm gonna leave them alone. Palantir, told you I got them at 120. And then that's HCTI, DU. This is a good one too. This is one of those ones. SpaceX. It's not SpaceX. They're not connected to SpaceX, but they are on the same one of these same contracts with NASA. And there was $1 billion contract went out for exploration of space. And this is one of the ones I bought 100 of them just because they were low as like in less than $1 at one point. But they can go, they got a small float and they can go all the way up. They are small, they got a contract. They got a sole source type contract on that contract. Then SMCI, they keep going between 28 and 30. I just got 10 of them just to play with them. But VXRT, I still like that one. It made me a little money, but I think once this thing go to a third, when they go up into the next level, I think this is going to be a big explosion because they still, COVID is still in the earth, but they got some other products that they have too, not just COVID. And this is the one I told you about, WGRX. That's their wellness. And they right now, when they went down to 27 cents, I said I bite, and I just bought 5,000 of them. I might even buy some more. See, it's over. I bought 5,000 at 27 cents, and it was about $1,000. But this thing, if it will go up to like nine, even if it go up to $2, $3, I'd made a couple of $1,000, and I'm gonna stay right here with that one and see what the end gonna be, because I like that one. I also got about 3 million shares over in HCMC. I'm gonna leave that alone too, even though it's a penny of a penny. I think that one's gonna yield something this year. If it don't yield anything this year, I'm gonna revisit it. But right now, I still got some cryptocurrency out there. I still got XRP that's on Robinhood, and I got Jeepus again on Charles Schwab. And I'm just seeing what's going break out. But I just wanted to we just had that brief period. It's about 3:59. It's getting ready to be 4 o'clock. But that's all right. It may not have done anything today. Right now we lost about another $300. But I tell you, that's why I took a lot of things out. But it's time for this thing. One of these gonna pop. When it pop, I want to be right there with it when it pops. I could have had a lot more, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's 4 o'clock. So it ended up, I lost, today's game. It's really, they said today's game about $200. But I'm gonna see what they do after hours, even if they don't do anything after hours. Politics is still going up, and I'm hoping the video after hours will start doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, it's look like it's trying to go up, and the rest of these things. So when I get back Monday, we will try to hit this thing again. Not Monday. Monday is a holiday. It's a President's Day, and maybe by Tuesday, we will hear some news, some good news. Okay, God bless you. God keep you. God cause face shine on you and give you peace now and forever in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, let me know. First of all, I got to stop sharing and then get out of this. God bless you. God keep you. That's my little one, my little one. Okay, my little grand. God bless you.